Five. Hey, good morning. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And yes, it's not 5 a.m. in the morning, but it is what it is. Halloween was a late night Halloween, plus trying to watch the World Series last night. I have no idea who won, actually. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today, we had a great fun over the weekend, did a lot of Halloween stuff, try to catch up, hangover from all the candy that was consumed. And this is our 748th episode of the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And we talk about Scrum and Agile in practical and tactical ways. Every once in a while, we get a little cat character. Are you coming up here, Hart? No. She's like crying at me. She wants her water. Got her Betty sleeping tired. She's tired. Too much activity last night. But what I'm talking about today is, are you on the right path? And I was listening to some inspirational stuff this morning on audio. And the question was, using your perception, are you on the right path and what you're doing? And I'm going to offer this. What we do in Agile and Scrum is, are you getting the right change you want? Are you getting any change? Is it the same status quo? Maybe you don't really need to be there. I won't go into all those details, but I want to start this week. I'm going to look at every one of the events and the question whether or not you're on the right path to what you really can get out of those events. Now, if you're perfectly happy with the way you're working late hours, pushing people, stressing out, not being work out, do all that stuff, then don't listen to me. That's all I got to say. If you're happy with that, then you don't need to listen to me. If you perception in your gut is telling you that you are doing the wrong thing, then listen, because we're going to talk about that this week. I'm going to spend all week talking about the path and the change. And I'm going to give you a quick example. And this is going to be a quick, short show because I'm late and I got a meeting like 4 minutes. So one of the things I notice at a lot of companies I work for, especially the big ones, big houses, big corporate Fortune 500s, Fortune 10s, whatever, Fortune probably 3s, I don't know. They hire lots of people to do manual testing. Every time I go into one of those shops, I'm like, what are you doing? You know you can't sustain this. This is not the path you want. But that's all we can do. It's like, no, it's not. That's you limiting your perception on what you can do. You're limiting your growth. You're limiting your potential, what you can do as an organization. And then your customers get pissed off at you, want to fire your ass because you're not producing anything. And you wonder why. But that's what we do. No wonder why no one likes IT. Anyway, so, and the sad part is you could do it so much quicker, so much better, and get that change to take and get more customer growth. But what's what we're talking about? So, and why we're here is so you don't work those crazy hours to bring that value to your customer. And we want to get you to home, family and friends, so you can have fun on Halloween, right? One of the things that, like I mentioned about the automated test, this company kept hiring people and the amount of work was going up. So think of it this way. Do I have the whiteboard? No, I don't know where the whiteboard is. Anyway, where the amount of work, the new work coming down, just piles up on top of the old work. Now you get to test whether or not the new work broke the old work and make sure it's working. With automated test, that is done, right? Every time you create new work, the automated test runs and make sure you didn't break into the old operations. If you broke in old operations, you fix the new work before you release it to production. It's really that simple. It's not that hard. And then you say, well, we didn't do any automation. Well, just start picking the more valuable operations you have and do it. But that is an example where the path forward, where they think hiring more people is the solution when it's really not. Sometimes it's a different way of thinking. And some people think we need to maintain and keep fixing the old systems, the legacy systems. Sometimes that's not the answer either. It's not about maintaining those legacy systems. Sometimes you need to go to a totally new system and drop the legacy, right? So these are the kind of things and concepts, and even daily scrums. This is for the scrum masters. If your teams are not communicating, then you're doing daily scrum wrong. You need to change it. If your retrospectives, if your team is not growing, pushing the envelope after a retrospective, then your retrospectives are wrong. You're doing it wrong. You need to come up with a new way of doing it. And that's what we're going to talk about this week. New ways of change to get new results we weren't getting before. And one thing I want to say, think about this as a thought to go into the rest of the week. Does your team, does your company have a goal for where they envision the group being, right? As a group, as a harmony, as a productive group of people, where do you expect them to be? Is it still producing the same level of capability and at the same time maintaining the old version of it? You got to think of a new way of doing it. How do you want to maintain the old version as easy, as simple as possible, under 5% of your time? So you're spending more time on the new growth. So that's what we're going to talk about this week. And I'm just good that too on a Monday. It's a pep talk. It's like, oh God, Greg's going to go on some tangent. Yes, I am. So I wanted to share that with you. I wish you the best. Please give us a thumbs up. Keep listening this week. Podcast over 10,000 downloads for the month by the end of October, which was awesome. And we're going to keep up that pace. So listen this week. I'm going to share some thoughts. We're going to challenge the way your path forward is. And we're going to challenge your perception of where you should be and where you could be. With that, I say, take care. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Happy scrumming. Bye.